Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Do I have George on the line with me?
You do. How you doing, County Fairgrounds?
We're busy. I bet you are too.
Oh, yeah. So people are chomping at the bit to get out. That's for sure.
Okay. So tell our listeners what the Frazier Carnival is all about.
Okay. So the Frazier Carnival has been around for 40 years. We purchased it, the Brodsky family, from Cecil Frazier about 20 years ago. It is, and even before that, there was a guy named Art Frazier that was Cecil's dad, and I think that was probably another 20 or 30 years before that he did the Arizona State Fair, New Mexico State Fair, Colorado State Fair, as well as being a fixture in many other events. So we've taken that system handed down to us, and we're a little more regional than they used to be. Yeah, I guess we're a carnival. I'm really messing up here. It's a long history. You know what I mean? So, we could be here all day talking about what we're about. So,
okay. So, what states do you perform in?
We do Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Nebraska, and Wyoming. But we are really a niche provider to Native Americans in this region. So, we're the primary carnival for Navajo Nation, San Carlos Apache, Fort McDowell Yavapai, White Mountain Apaches, of which, Geronimo, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but that was Fort Apache last stand, very, very famous Native American. We play our carnival probably a mile from where he had his last stand.
I wonder if he watches you.
Well, I think that we're blessed. We always do well there, and we're blessed not to have problems. So,
okay, all right. How many rides do you have?
On a normal season, we operate 30 rides. This is a COVID season, so we are operating 15 to 20 rides.
Yeah. Were you really hurt by COVID?
Oh, yeah. We were told we were going to close 14 days to slow the spread, and we ended up being closed for over 14 months. With that happening, we now face a labor shortage. All of our regulars that were with us had to find other jobs, and they won't be coming back out. Yeah, it's a labor shortage. I think everybody's facing it, though, too.
Yeah, well, the vendors and the entertainers and all these people who did these things for a living, they had to find some other way to eat. So, yeah, it is a problem. There's still a lot of fairs and festivals and things that aren't running, and a lot of them are really hurting for vendors. They're looking like mad. So I imagine then you're looking for ride operators, and where do you usually look?
Well, we advertise on Facebook pages that are specific to carnivals. So carnival groups we advertise within. Not to mention, if I see a good mechanic or a good welder, then I'll also offer them a job. I guess that's part of the if you get to know me, then I'm constantly proposing that you work for us if you have value.
Well, I can tell you, our traffic really dropped, but the traffic is picking up like mad.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm getting a lot more traffic and a lot of people looking for things, and I try to help out as many people as I can. I post things all over the place. So, but I'm also on the other side because I understand these other people. All the vendors and everybody else, they had to find other things to do or they were going to starve. So that's the way it was. Okay, what 20 rides are you operating? Tell me a little bit about them, and when is your first date?
Okay, we've been on the road. This is about 7 weeks for us. Yeah, we're in Durango, Colorado at the La Plata County Fairgrounds right now. We got, like I said, 7 weeks. We operate a Euro Wheel by Luna Park. That's about 50 feet tall. It has plexi to help us deal with the COVID environment. We have a Rockstar by ARM, a Vertigo by ARM, a Zero Gravity by Botec, formerly known as Dartron. We got a Freak Out by KMG. We got 3 fun houses made by Owens Manufacturing. So everything from a Wacky Shack down to 2 different versions of a mirror house maze. One is Crystal Lils, one is the Magic Maze. We have like kiddie rides that would be a Dizzy Spinning Dragon made by Selner. Motorcycle jumps. I can't remember. Hampton, that's right. Hampton makes the motorcycle jumps. We have a mini swing ride. We got a Gravitron themed Starship 2000 alien abduction. I think we got some more. I might have tripped myself up. So.
No, you're doing fine. So
Okay.
So where do you go after Durango?
We're going to be in Durango till next weekend. After that, we'll go to the Montezuma County Fairgrounds in Cortez, Colorado. Following that event up in Grand Junction, Colorado, the same time as that country music festival's going on. And then we'll go to Denver, Colorado. And then off into Nebraska. So
how many employees do you usually have when you do a show like short are you?
Well, pre-pandemic, we probably had 80 employees. And post-pandemic, we are navigating with close to 40.
That's depressing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, luckily, we got half the people half the employees that are working for us, half the rides up. And I don't want to go as far and say we have double the traffic, but we're in that neighborhood.
Okay.
So, every event now is like the best event we've ever played. Where it is.
Yeah, you know what, George? You survived. Okay.
We did. And I know a couple people that didn't, and we're trying to help those fairs out as well. So there's a couple that didn't survive.
Okay. All right. So what's your favorite ride?
My favorite ride is the Zero Gravity because it's really fast and it holds you up against the wall and then it pivots at a 45-degree angle. So now, you're alternating between being up in the air and looking down at the ground and down at the ground and looking up in the air. It's an amazing experience. I love it so much.
So, I imagine these rides are kind of hard to maintain and take care of. Is that also your newest ride?
No, our newest ride is the Euro Wheel by Luna Park. It's about a 50-foot Ferris wheel. I believe it has 12 tubs on it. The rides, there is a lot of work in the maintenance. We spend a couple hours each day doing that, as well as sending our employees off to places like NARSO, which stands for National Association of Amusement Ride Safety Officials, of which I'm a level 1 inspector. I believe we have 2 other ones that are also level 1 inspectors on our midway. So
I've seen some Ferris wheels with the LED lights. Does yours have those?
Yes, our whole carnival's LED. We've been switching over the last 10 years, doing what we can do to be green. And, on top of being green, it does have the added benefit of saving fuel consumption. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Do you come with food vendors?
We do. We have an amazing food lineup. Some things probably you've never seen, and I definitely haven't seen anywhere else. For instance, our pizza wagon makes a meatball pretzel, which is really, really interesting. It's a jumbo pretzel stuffed with meatball, or not stuffed, I guess. They're put on top, and then then they use the pizza marinara, and then the mozzarella cheese on top of it, and they bake it. And it takes 10 to 15 minutes to actually make that. So from the moment you order it, it's not a fast item, but it is an amazing item. And anytime we have somebody visiting our carnival for the first time, I take them to get one of those. So while we're chatting, they're cooking the meatball pretzel, and it's just such a fun time. Plus we have a lot of other stuff, from elephant ears and funnel cakes to corn dogs and cheese steaks and kettle corn and fresh squeezed lemonade, and it's just so many things. We have 6 different food type operations with us.
So which is your favorite food? I have to ask that too.
Well, the meatball pretzel is my favorite. If you ever see a picture of me, you'll know I'm telling you the truth. Since we've come up with the meatball pretzel 4 years ago, I think I've gained 20 pounds. So it's that good. It's that good.
Okay. What about games? Carnivals come with games too.
Oh man, we got so many games. We have a Pop the Balloon game, one of my favorites. We have the Lucky Duck Pond. We have a fishing game called the Drag-A-Fish, where you use a fishing pole to catch fish. Those games are all prize every time for children. Mm-hmm. We got basketball for our basketball players. We got a beer bus game that you can break beer bottles with baseballs. There's a rope ladder game. There's win a goldfish game. And people love goldfish. What else do we have? There's so many other things out there. We have, I tell you what, our newest game is a hang time game. I think it's called Hangman, and you hang from a bar, and you try to make 100 seconds. So if you can hang from this bar, then you win a prize. But you got to do it for 100 seconds.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, I think my record's about 40 seconds. But again, I'm, like 240 pounds. So I've seen a few skinnier people pull it off, but, I don't know about those heavier people.
Okay, so do you have girls working for you too?
Oh yeah, I'd say we got girls, we got guys, we have white people, black people, a lot of Native Americans. Since that's our niche market, I bet you a third of our staffing is Native Americans. So, matter of fact, if it wasn't for those guys, we'd be in a real lot of trouble. They've really come through for us from the various tribes around here. So, and we have, matter of fact, we have a woman that's a ride foreman here who moves rides for us. So one of our bosses is a woman, and our main boss is also a woman. So I guess there's a few. So
how far in this season ahead are you booked? Do you think you'll get some more bookings?
Yeah, I think we're booked for the year. We generally book a year in advance. It allows us to, operate profitably without or charging a high amount to whoever our guests or customers are. So we are booked for the season now, but we are filling for next year, 2022.
And how do people find you if they want to book?
Well, you would call me. You could reach out to our Facebook page, drop a note on our webpage, contact us. Any of those three ways will work.
Yeah. Stuff online has gotten a lot harder to work. It gets harder every day.
Yeah. Well, I put my phone number with everything, and I pride myself on answering my phone. There will be a few instances where I don't get to my phone. That's because I'm on my back under a ride or climbing. But rest assured, I'm checking my messages as soon as it's safe to do so, and I'm returning calls fairly quickly. And text messages.
That's a good thing. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm not very good with the computers.
I live on one. It's getting extremely hard, okay? Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of these people that I talk to, entertainers and so forth, and everybody else, they don't know near half the things that I know, and it changes now every day. So,
yes.
It can be really difficult. And
especially with COVID.
Yes.
Especially with COVID.
Yes, the COVID hasn't helped. I take it everybody who works with you's had their shots, huh?
We are all vaccinated. So
yes.
We have hired a few new people this week as we've been trying, our turnaround to build back up, and we expect those people to be vaccinated too. That's just part of the deal, public health and public safety. So.
Sounds like you're doing a great job and trying really hard. And I'm sure that people appreciate that.
Yeah, and we appreciate the people too. We want them to know when they come out here that we're doing everything that we can to follow CDC guidelines and make practical decisions that won't put anybody in jeopardy, So,
Yeah.
like I said, we're wiping things down. We're doing our best to socially distance, although there's so many people now, you know what I mean, that want to come out and do things. That does make it difficult. But being that we're vaccinated, we do thorough cleanings, that most people, I would assume, are vaccinated that are coming out, with the new CDC guidelines saying if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. It's optional. We're seeing a lot of people not wearing masks, as opposed to the beginning of the year, a lot of people were. Like, we're slowly seeing the trend up, you know what I mean? In the beginning, it was probably 2/3 of people wearing masks. Now we're down to maybe 1/3 of people wearing masks. So we assume that they're vaccinated.
Okay, so tell our listeners what kind of people you're looking to hire right now. Maybe I can help you.
Well, we're looking for welders and electricians. What we're really hurting for at the moment is professional commercial drivers. A lot of our difficulties now revolve around moving our equipment from state to state, and that's a challenge, not having enough drivers. We're also looking for bilingual people. That's a big plus. We got a big Spanish population in our market, and then anybody that just loves people and loves children and family and togetherness, and that are safety oriented.
Okay, George, I'll get this up and get this posted. So how do people reach you if they have an interest in either being hired or hiring you?
Well, they could call me at 480-231-0251. They could reach out to our webpage, which is frazier-shows.com, FRAZIERSHOWS.com. We're also on Facebook. We have over 50,000 likes there. They can reach out to us there, either personally or through our company page. Or any other method they can get a hold of us.
That I looked for you on Twitter. I didn't see you there.
That's right. We have an Instagram account, which is not as popular as our Facebook account, and we have no Twitter account yet.
Because I use Twitter. That's where I pretty much live.
I'm a dinosaur. I'm still Facebook.
Well, I use Facebook too, but Twitter's more instantaneous, and it's easier. Okay, all right, I'll get this posted, and hopefully we can find you some employees, and I'll try to make a note in a few places.
Hey.
Good luck.
Hey, it was really nice talking to you. It is nice to be getting back to normal and living life again.
So.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. George.
Thank you, too. Bye.
Bye.